At today's pre-tournament meeting of the Salaried Wrestlers Committee, longevity legend Tamawashi said he would be in for September. I had a back strain, and it even felt painful to stand on my left leg, so I just lounged around for a week, he told the press today. I commenced light training this morning, he added. Daieisho also said he intends to take on September. I haven't started practice bouts yet, but the calf is gradually getting better and no longer gives me pain, he reported. His colleague Endo, less than 2 months post-right knee op, revealed, I'm just doing warm-ups at present. Something still feels off, but the knee overall seems more stable than before. It's like I've got a brand new one. He still won't commit to fighting at the end of next week. And neither will bicep tendon tear victim Takerufuji, who would only say, I'm doing all I can to be ready. Wakatakakage, meanwhile, made his boldest declaration yet. I'm going for Ozeki this time, he finally said in public. People's hopes and expectations have made it to my ears, so I will train hard in order to try and live up to those. He views Ozeki as demanding behavior befitting of a sumo star attraction. Asked to reflect on his inspiring comeback story, he said, I don't like to compare with myself pre-injury, but I can say that I'm yet more conscious of going forward in straight lines so as to lessen the burdens on the knees. I'm grateful for the chance to keep on fighting after such a major injury, but at the same time looking to be better even than I was before, each time I train. And quizzed on how he felt about fighting one of his new best friends, Aonishiki, by whom he's also idolized, he said, in the ring, we've got to do battle as normal, so I have to focus on myself and do my own thing in order not to lose. His story has taken top billing for the September meet. As such, this particular interview went on far longer than planned. I thought you'd just grab a few words with me rather than crowd round my seat for ages, he said to surrounding press packers. Aonishiki, by the way, has received some words of wisdom from the man whose promotion speed record he has just taken. Konishiki made a song and dance about attending Sunday's tour finale and sought out Aonishiki to say, You're really able, but just keep making sure to fight in a way that builds a stronger platform for the next time. In other words, don't look for easy wins. The committee's new members, in today's case Kyokukaiyu, Asasuiryu, Asahakuryu, and Nishinoryu, are asked to sing a song for their initiation ritual. Time sadly ran out for that just as Nishinoryu started his, and he was seemingly stopped after barely a bar. Also present today were the 3 coaches soon to have their top knots snipped. Iwatomo, whose ceremony is this Saturday, and the Saitama Sakai pairing of Minatogawa and Furiwake, whose events will be held post-tournament. All 3 of those men asked all wrestlers present to help enhance their retirement events. July 2nd tier champion Mita, meanwhile, was asked by sympathetic writers to plug his stable's new book. A Year in the Life of Futagoyama Stable, 2024-25. He recommends we read the interview pages with his childhood friend Nabatame, as he's really doing his best to get fit and could do with every boost going. Asanoyama took up his seat after finishing his first training session in a salaried man's practice sash since July of last year. It's a fresh start for me in my new white sash, which I hope will both enrich and prolong my remaining sumo career, he said. I've been thrown down the chart before and recovered, but I'm even more pleased with this latest bounce back. I'm trying to build up a body to fight a full 15, and would like to get at least 10 wins. He confirmed he'd visited his father's grave last month and asked for his protection in his quest to rejoin the upper ranks. And I can tell you that he also trained hard in the sizzling outdoors for 3 mornings straight, from last Friday to Sunday. Wrestlers returning from the tour were given their latest medicals today. Oshoumi, like Shodai, has a problem with needles and confessed, "I'm starting to cry here." The deeper his needle went in, he said, "They're taking so much of my blood, I feel like I'll lose some weight." His old schoolmate, Onosato, who has pledged to restart his training tomorrow, was also described as scrunching his face, but Wakatakakage, as ever, remained ice cool. The salaried wrestlers also, I understand, took part in a pre-departure ceremony for the upcoming London event, attended by a mascot from key sponsor Sanrio, a version of Hello Kitty born in the London suburbs, they say. Feltham or Hampstead Garden, they declined to reveal. Yokozuna Hoshoryu posed for photos with this kitty, then vowed to put as much effort into his London bouts as he does into actual tournament ones. The previous day, by the way, had seen him pose for another picture with Eric and Lara Trump at his Tatsunami stable. The contemporary Republican power couple were given a VIP tour of said stable by the ex-Tochinoshin and his soulmate, Georgia's ambassador to Japan. Eric Trump was in Tokyo to lobby the shareholders of Bitcoin firm Metaplanet to expand their overseas share issues. I wonder if the Georgian team had a quiet word about tariffs. Let's see what influence sumo diplomacy has. Finally, international sumo diplomat Hakuho has led a training session for Toyota's sumo club. He then stressed on Instagram, "One of sumo's major charms is that athletes can train on the same ring, regardless of age or gender." And I think he means amateur sumo there. He continued, "I really hope that today's experience marks a significant step forward for each participant." He also posted a link to a Kyodo news report on Switzerland's latest Schwingen wrestling tournament, thereby hinting at his desire to convert more folk wrestlers across the world to the sumo format.